Welcome to this men's fragrance channel. Let's jump into outdated fragrances that you should not buy this year in 2022. Definitely a no-no. Save yourself the money. First fragrance that, in my opinion, you can find much better. It smells old, you know? You don't want to smell like your dad. Le Mans, I'm sorry. This one, it's a great fragrance. When it first came out, it was great. I know some of you might be really offended, but it's my opinion. This fragrance, to me, when I smell it, I'm like, oh, especially I've seen like on this TV show, what was it called? Love is Blind?
Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight, Australia.
My age, I think.
Yeah, there was this guy about 35 and he was wearing this and I was like, oh dude, like no, like why are you wearing this fragrance? So definitely not for 35 and younger. Yeah, if you like 70 or 65, 70, maybe you can still get away with wearing it. But just go for Le Mans Le Parfum. That one is so much more modern. It's so sexy. This one isn't sexy. Definitely not a sexy fragrance. This one is an old men's cologne in 2022, in my opinion. Next fragrance that you shouldn't buy, you should stay away from, is Eternity for Men by Calvin Klein. That line, I get asked about this one a lot and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I have given it countless chances. I have sprayed it on my skin in shops and I just no, it smells old. It smells like it should stay in the 90s or 80s whenever it came out. It should just stay there because it reminds me of like my dad. My dad wore this fragrance and one other that is going to be in this list. And it just reminds me of my dad. Not a good smell, smells vintage, doesn't smell good. So just skip it. Next outdated fragrance that I think with a heavy heart, yeah, it's getting outdated a little bit. It's Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct. I love this one. It's such a fun fragrance. Like if you have it, just wear it this summer. But to me, just the whole thing that came out of Abercrombie and Fitch about the brand, about how they discriminated against a lot of people. It's just not a good look anymore with so much stuff that has come out. Loads of the shops closing down. You probably won't be able to get this one anyway. If you still have it in your collection, just wear it this summer. It's a great fragrance, but to me it kind of smells sometimes a bit too juvenile, a bit too 2000s, and I would just skip it. It's not like a sexy grown-up sort of fragrance to me. Next fragrance that I don't recommend, and I think it definitely smells super outdated, super like musky, but in a like bad, almost BO way, Versace blue jeans. No, I can't do it. To me, it smells old, very old. Not just old, but very old. It just doesn't do anything to me. And it's hard for a fragrance not to at least smell like good, that I would smell it and spray it in a room. Like that, I wouldn't do that with Versace jeans. So I would not recommend you wear it on your body to make a first impression or to go out. I just don't like it. So I think it's outdated. It should stay with some nice memories in the past, but let's change up some things and just maybe Versace Pour-Homme would be a better option for 2022. Next is another Versace scent. We're going crazy with Versace. Sorry, Versace. I love you, really. This scent, okay, I'm sad to say that I think, although a good smelling fragrance, good longevity and everything, smells super manly, but it's starting to smell a bit douchey, like this douchey guy that you don't want to have around you, like some really sketchy people on the street that you would like cross over not to interact with them. I think just because it's so popularity, it's the popularity curse, if you will. Because of popularity of it, I think it's just becoming too common, too cheap to get. And yeah, it just, I would say if you love this fragrance, go for it. I always say if you love something, just wear it. But to me, yeah, maybe like if you're a teenager, yeah, great fragrance still. But if you're in your 20s, just pass on it. Next outdated fragrance in 2022, which you shouldn't buy, is this baby, Cool Water Davidoff Eau de Toilette. I mean, I really dislike this. It really smells like just really old people. It isn't a good smell. I wouldn't even spray it in a room. That is my test. If I wouldn't even, because with some fragrances I blind buy and like, okay, it's not good enough to recommend to you guys, but I would still spray it in a room to make the room smell great. This one I just wouldn't. Apparently the new intense version is really good, so I'll give it a try, maybe do a comparison and let you know if you should get the new one. But yeah, I'll link the intense version so you can go and check out the one that I mean, that apparently smells better. And let's hope it does, because this one should stay in the past. And the last fragrance that I definitely think it's super outdated is Aqua Geo. Just the normal eau de toilette. Why? Because I have said it smells like my dad. A sales associate in a shop, we were talking with the sales associate and she was like, yeah, this fragrance smells like my dad. She said it even before I did. And then my husband was like, yeah, it actually smells like my dad too. So we all laughed. It literally smells like your dad. Not quite like a sexy smell that you want to, you know, give out, especially if you're a bit younger. I think a lot of people my age and around my age will associate this scent with a dad smell. So not the best. Yeah, it's a great fragrance, but just because it's another case of popularity curse, it should stay out there. But you can try Aqua Geo Profondo Lights, Aqua Geo Profondo is amazing. Just all the other options of Aqua Geo, just the original, just pass it and go straight to the flankers. What is your opinion about all these fragrances that I talked about? Let me know if you disagree with me, if you agree with me down in the comments. I thought it would be a fun video to film. Follow me on Instagram at Monika_, where I post a bit more about fragrances and you can ask me questions on my Q&As. I'll see you all again very soon in the next video. Bye for now.